Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your favorite podcast, Stop the Internet Podcast. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Erin.
Today, we're doing kind of a part 2 to an episode that Trisha and I did a couple months ago. My dates are skewed. Proposals and engagements.
Part 2, the sequel.
It got a lot of interesting responses, but I still feel firm in what I said.
And what did you say that got the interesting responses?
I feel like a lot of people were just on the vibe of like, who cares if you don't like your engagement ring? Like, your husband picked it out or whatever. I feel like a lot of the comments I see on Reddit too are like, oh, well, I didn't love my engagement ring, but then I got a wedding band that I like. And like, I knew my husband really liked it and he picked it out. And then also people are like, the marriage is more important than the engagement ring. And if you're going to ruin your marriage over an engagement ring, like, you're superficial.
Ruin your marriage.
And I'm like, I know, like, in my opinion, you can know that your marriage and your relationship at the end of the day is the most important thing in your life. And like, of course, the marriage is more important than the ring. But in my opinion, you can still care about the ring. Like, no, I wouldn't throw away my entire marriage for a ring. But I think that if a ring is going to start a fight that is so unsolvable, then I feel like that marriage isn't healthy to begin with.
Yeah, I think if you tell your fiance that you don't love the ring and their response is, it's me or the ring, then they're the problem. It's not that you don't like the ring that's the problem. That's so aggressive. I mean, like, think about it in any other aspect of life. If you I see this every day at work. If you have a skin cancer on your face and you come in and we take it out and you're like, please give me the smallest scar possible. Let's be real. What's more important, getting your cancer taken out or having your face look good at the end of it? Both. You're allowed to care about both.
And like, of course, you care more about getting the cancer removed, but you're still allowed to care about other things in addition to that, while still maintaining the knowledge that this thing is more important.
Right. Like, at the end of the day, we're going to do the best to give you the best scar, but you're getting the cancer out and you recognize that. But I'm also not immediately assuming that you don't care about getting your cancer taken off just because you're worried about what your face is going to look like afterwards.
Exactly. That is such a good comparison. That is such a good comparison.
And for people that, you know, we've heard some stories about like, oh, my mom, she really, really wants me to wear like her wedding dress or her christening gown or her first communion dress or whatever. And I absolutely despise the dress, but it means something to my mom. Is your mom going to put you up for adoption if you don't wear that dress? No. Is your surgeon going to kick you out of the room because you don't want the scar to be humongous on your face when they take your cancer out? No. Is your husband going to call off the wedding because you don't like your engagement ring? He shouldn't.
Yeah. And like, if they do, it's like, dude, it's not that big of a deal. And like, I also think Trisha and I talked about this, but what your engagement ring looks like is not a reflection of your love, your partner's dedication. Like, unless you sent a Pinterest board or photos to your partner and you're like, this is the only style ring that I like, and if you get this ring, it will show me that you care about my favorite things, and like, getting this ring will show me that you listen to me and that you really care about what I want. If they then go and get something else, okay, there's a problem. But like, if you never talk about rings and then your partner just goes to freaking Zales and gets a ring that they're like, yeah, I think Erin would like this ring, but we didn't talk about it and like whatever. And then you just don't happen to like that one as much as you like another style. Like, that really has nothing to do with how much you love your partner and how much your partner loves you. It literally is just, I like circle diamonds more than I like square diamonds.
Yeah.
That really isn't that deep. And I think that you should be able to talk to your partner about that, because if two adults that are in a healthy relationship and are going to be entering a healthy marriage cannot talk about the shape of a piece of jewelry, I think that that is very telling. And there is so many things in a relationship that are so much more important than a ring. And I think that if you, first of all, cannot talk about how much you like the shape or a style of a piece of jewelry without it starting a relationship ending fight, then you probably shouldn't be in a marriage with that person. And I think that adults in a healthy relationship, I've said it before and I'll say it again, can maintain the knowledge that the marriage is the most important thing, but you are still allowed to care about other things in in life. Life is very complicated.
Right. I understand why like marriage is a huge thing, but when you compare it to other situations, it's so trivial. Like, I care about what my house looks like, but what really matters is that you have shelter over your head.
Yes.
Like, yes, I know the wedding. I'm sorry, the marriage, not the wedding. But also
the wedding.
Also the wedding.
The most important thing.
I know I just said it again. I know the marriage is more important than the ring, the wedding, the dress. I know. But you're still allowed to want to love those things, especially if you are going to wear something every day for the rest of your life.
Yes.
The rest of your life, guys.
Yes.
I can't fathom it. Kelly can't fathom it. Maybe that's why we're getting shit on for our opinions. But just think about it a little bit more open-minded.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here and saying the ring is more important than the marriage. I might believe that someday when I have a ring and a marriage, but I don't believe that today.
Yeah. I just feel like it's okay to care about multiple things, even though one of those things is your priority and you know that the other things don't matter as much. It's like, so because something isn't the most important thing, are we just not allowed to care about it at all? No, of course not. Like, you can care about anything you want to care about and still know that it's not the most important thing in life.
Right.
And that's okay.
Because what the most important thing is
the
what
wedding.
You look like on the wedding day and how good of a party you throw.
Yeah, exactly.
Without the wedding, there's no point in marriage.
Yeah. I feel like with all that being said, we can talk about the same things again.
Woo!
I just feel like these stories are never ending. And there's always good examples of drama. And I love it. I just eat it up.
And it is truly so perfect to be able to give an opinion on something that I know absolutely nothing about.
I know.
And I've never experienced in my life. And I absolutely cannot relate to. You want my opinion. Let's be real.
That's what me and Jimmy were saying when we're like talking about bachelorettes. And, and Jimmy's like, we've both been on some. And I'm like, oh, I've only been on one. And he's like, yeah, me too. I'm like, wow, we are just experts.
Right.
But you know, people don't come to our podcast for expert opinions. They come to it for stories, conversations, opinions, and drama. So that's what this is.
We're here for a good time.
Exactly. One last thing before we get into it. Erin is going to make a statement on Finding Nemo because of her fish fear.
Oh, okay. I think Finding Nemo hits a little bit different because it's animated. I think if it was truly a fish underwater movie, it would maybe be a little bit different. But I do have to say, I think the on TV thing is a little bit different than in real life. When I walk through an aquarium and there is a wall of water and slimy little scaly things going by, that gives me the chills and the shivers. But when I watch Finding Dory and they're in the aquarium and, you know, the big whale shark and the octopus are like being buddy, I don't get chills. So I think it's just a matter of actually experiencing things versus not. For example, one final thing I'll be very open about. One of my biggest fears in life is sinkholes. A lot of people know this about me. I don't know if it's not irrational because sinkholes happen a lot in our area.
Yeah, they do.
Some of them go like a mile down into the middle of the earth. They just open up, they just swallow people, and they're never to be heard from again. Like, you could literally wake up one morning in the center of the crust of the earth. I don't know if the crust is the center. I don't know how it works. But you could literally wake up dead, okay, from a sinkhole. And I just, was waiting for Kelly to set up for this and like flipping through the TV while I was eating my lunch.
Not another one.
And there was a whole show on one of those like Geographic Discovery channels. And when I'm flipping through the menu, it just says sinkholes. I turned it on. Obviously, I was going to watch it because I need to know. And the world needs to know that sinkholes are a real thing that we should all be worried about.
I feel like the world knows that.
No, I feel like people are like, why do you worry so much about sinkholes? Why do they keep you up at night? Because what if one just opens up under my house and takes us all?
I will say, there are way too many sinkholes in the Philadelphia area for us to just be
naive.
Accepting this,
yes. So I'm going to start a group and we're going to start spreading the word about sinkholes. I'm kidding. But no, the point of that story was to say, like, I do have one other serious fear, and that is sinkholes. And literally 10 minutes ago, I saw a show called Sinkholes. I immediately put it on because I feel like it's important to be educated on your fears. Seeing it on TV, I'm okay. Looking at a man on a dating app holding his fish, I'm okay. I'm going to say no, but I'm okay. Watching Finding Nemo, I'm okay. If you ask me to kiss your fish in Canada, I'm probably going to break down.
Thank you.
Thank you for reaching out and asking my opinions on Finding Nemo.
Okay, let's get into it. Am I the asshole for being upset over my boyfriend's proposal and engagement ring? I'll start by saying we've been together for 3 years. We have a great relationship and he's a wonderful father to our child. The proposal really came out of nowhere. I was in the bathroom getting ready to take our little one to daycare, which we were already running late for. My boyfriend walked in behind me and held a ring up in his hand and just said, "Will you marry me?" I honestly thought it was a joke and the ring was simply a gift. I laughed and said yes, put the ring on and left. When I got home and spoke to my boyfriend, I realized he actually did ask me to marry him. I would have said yes either way, if it was a joke or not, but I was just left feeling a bit disappointed and empty, I guess. I'm not the biggest fan of the ring either. It's big and chunky and uncomfortable to wear. It was meant to be sapphire to match my birthstone, he said, but he accidentally got the color wrong. It's not my style and doesn't suit me whatsoever. We've never looked at engagement rings together, so he wouldn't know what I like. I mentioned this to him and asked if he would mind if I bought a smaller ring with my own money to wear instead, but he got quite offended by that and called me ungrateful. He's been moody ever since. May I add that the ring he bought wasn't expensive, so it's not like he'd be wasting lots of money if I didn't wear it. Price doesn't matter to me. I wasn't expecting a grand gesture or a huge proposal, but a little effort would have been nice. Not just asking me in the damn bathroom. It's meant to be a special moment and memory, and it's just not. Am I the asshole for being upset over this?
No, you're allowed to want to be happy about these things.
Yeah.
And I know I've said it before, marriage is all about the wedding, but you're allowed to want a big proposal too. You're allowed to want an elaborate vacation where he flies you on a private jet and gives you a big ring that he can't afford and a puppy and a car. You're allowed to want those things.
Yeah.
However, the marriage is more important. I know.
Blah, 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 blah. Married.
I think it's okay to be a little disappointed that someone, because if I loved someone enough to propose to them, I wouldn't do it in the bathroom. I would be like, I love this person so much that I want to show them how much I love them with a trip around the world in a car and a puppy. No, but like you want to prove, not like prove, but you want to show it to them. You want to celebrate them and make them feel special. And that's, even if you don't want to do that, maybe not like in the bathroom on the way to daycare. Maybe just like at a dinner, or when you're cooking together at home and the baby's already asleep and you have time to celebrate the two of you, not, yes, put the ring on my finger, put the kid in the car, and I'll see you tonight after work. Yeah. Because now we can't even spend time being happy together
like celebrating
in the moment and like enjoying each other. With the ring thing, I can understand in every situation, in the ones you read with Trisha, in this, in the future ones, why the person is a little bit butthurt about the ring. If I get someone a gift and they straight up don't like it, I'm like, oh, well, dang, okay, my bad. Like, they don't love the gift that I got them. I can totally understand the being a little like moody about it, but at the end of the day, it's something that I have to wear every day for the rest of my life. And guess what? You're going to pick out your own wedding band. Yes. I'm not going to go out and pick that out for you. And you're going to wear that every day for the rest of your life. And you're not going to look at it and be like, oh, I wish I had something more style, because you're going to pick it out yourself. So I'm not saying I should be going out picking out my own engagement ring myself. But if something is just totally not my style and it's accidentally the wrong color and not the sapphire, buddy, you said yourself it's not what you had wanted. Yeah. Like, come on. Yeah. You're going to pick out your own ring. I can pick out mine. That doesn't change how much I love you.
Yes. No, that's so true. Okay, the thing about the wedding band, so spot on. I'm just going to talk about like stereotypical heterosexual relationships where in America, the man proposes to the woman with a ring. So I'm going to be really like in this box. But like the guy proposing to the girl and then he gets mad if she doesn't like the ring. What would be the difference if the girl said, oh, babe, no worries. I'll get you your wedding band that you're going to wear every single day for the rest of your life. And what if the girl did her best to pick out a ring that she thought the guy would like and he just straight up was like, that is the ugliest fucking ring I've ever seen? Does that mean he doesn't love his woman? His woman. Does that his wife? Does that mean he doesn't love his wife?
Do you love your bitch? Yes or no?
Yeah. Like, No, that doesn't mean you don't love your partner. It just means that in your brain, you prefer silver over gold, like a fucking diamond ring over a sapphire ring. Like that has nothing to do.
An accidentally wrong colored sapphire.
Yeah. Like okay. What would be telling about how much you love your partner is if you said, you seriously thought I would like this? Like, do you even know me? Like, I'm mad that you even thought I would like this fake sapphire, not expensive ring. Like,
and
you
flush it down the toilet.
Yeah, like, I don't like it. Like, you suck. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, that we can get upset over. But just being like, oh my God, babe, you know I love you. I'd marry you with paper rings. But being realistic.
But I like shiny things.
Yeah, being realistic about our world that we live in and all the amazing jewelry designers that exist in this world. And there is so much beauty in the art of jewelry making and diamond, cutting or like whatever. Why can't we love each other dearly, prioritize our marriage every single day, and I still have a ring that I like?
Yeah.
Why is that offensive? But also, I think it comes with maybe people not being secure in their relationship.
Yeah.
Because if I think about like my friendships, if you but like ego does come into it because it's like, oh, if you bought something for your friend that you really like or like you think that they'll like and then they don't like it, you're like, oh shit, like that sucks. It does hurt your ego a little bit, but then you kind of have to like take a step back and be like, everyone is a human and we all just have different preferences and styles when it comes to the way that jewelry looks. Is that really, really that offensive? Like, no, in my opinion, it's not. So if I bought my husband a wedding band and he was like, oh, I just don't like this, I'm going to exchange it and get a different wedding band. It's possible that I could be like, oh, damn, like I really liked that one and I thought you would too. But am I going to be like, you don't love me? You don't fucking love me because you don't want to wear the ring that you don't like every single day of your life.
Facts.
Be so for real.
Well, there's always a double standard between men and women.
Yeah, no,
this just is another example. I'm sorry. I feel like I sound like I'm a man hater on this podcast. I am not. I love men. I love women.
I want to marry a man.
I love them all. There's such a double standard. And I think, like you're saying, the insecurity in relationships, let's be for real right now. A lot of people get married to mend broken relationships. Like they're like, oh, slap a ring on it, we'll get married and it's going to fix everything. A year from now, things are going to break down. We're going to have a kid. It's going to fix everything. Yeah. People do this. I know people that have done it and then they broke up like right afterwards. People do it. So like maybe there's more going on in the relationship than just like, here, I got you this ring, let's get married. And you being like, yeah, okay, cool, let's do it. I don't like the ring. Well, you said you were going to marry me with this ring and that was supposed to fix it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe you're not ready to get married. Now. If we're gonna call it quits over a ring, probably not ready for marriage.
Yeah, and also like the marriage is more important than the ring, right? That's what we're telling the woman who just received a ring she doesn't like. The marriage is more important. Your husband picked it out, like blah 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 blah. Okay, so
then why is he gonna get so upset about it?
Then why is the guy so upset over it? Because the marriage is more important. So doesn't your partner show you every single day that they love you through the way that they treat you, through the way that they're there for you, through hardship and the way that they support you, for richer, for poorer, for better, for worse, in sickness and health? Like, isn't that more important than whether or not they like a round diamond better than an oval diamond? More important than if they like yellow gold instead of white gold? Like, why are you so hurt by that? If you have a supportive partner that is there for you in that way every single day of your life, why is this hurting your ego that much?
I understand if you're mad that they don't like the ring that you picked out. I get it. But what it boils down to is the marriage is more important than the ring. If she comes to you and says, I don't like this ring, and you're now ready to not marry her, you are the person that is now in the wrong, not agreeing that the marriage is more important than the ring. If you're going to make her wear a ring or you're going to call off the wedding, you now do not think that the marriage is more important than the ring. End of discussion.
Yes, I agree. And so now it's the man's fault. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to hate on men in general, but it's just like
they're really easy to hate on.
No, stereotypically in many heterosexual relationships in the United States, culturally the man buys a ring and proposes to the woman. So those are the relationships that I'm talking about. And it's like, I would feel so bad too though. Like if I had a partner who bought me a ring and then they proposed to me and they
it's just always like, I would do the same thing if I had a partner.
Like, if I actually had any experience in this field whatsoever. No, but if my partner bought me a ring and I didn't didn't like it, I would feel so guilty. Like it would eat away. It would literally eat away at me because I would love them. If I said yes to marrying someone, I would love them so much. And I know that probably part of me would like it just because they bought it for me. Here's a good example. When we were younger, our grandma bought all of the granddaughters necklaces. But now that I look at it, I'm like, that necklace is low-key, in my opinion, kind of ugly. Like, it's just not that pretty to me. Because if I went to a jewelry store and I could pick out any necklace I liked, maybe I would pick that shape instead of that shape, that chain instead of that chain. And I literally feel guilty saying that. I feel so guilty saying, like, I just don't adore the look of the necklace. Right. And I feel so fucking guilty. I wish I didn't feel that way. But anyway, I don't have to wear a necklace from my childhood every day of my life. So like that's a small scale and I still feel that guilty. So I know if this was my life partner buying me an engagement ring, the guilt would fucking eat away at me if I didn't like my ring. But should I have to live with that? No. And I'm gonna look for a partner in life and choose a partner in life that I could be honest with, even if it hurts their ego and it hurts their feelings for a short time. And I'm gonna pick someone that when I tell them, babe, I love you so much and I want to be with you every single day of my life, but I would just rather have this color ring than this color. Is that okay? I'm gonna pick someone that if I say that to them, they're gonna believe me and they're gonna be like, yeah, babe, I want you to have a ring that you love. And even if we lose a few $100s in the process, getting it resized or getting it redone, like whatever, that's worth it to me because you were honest with me. And I think we should all wear things that we want to wear. Like, is that crazy? I think that's healthy. And that's what I'm going to look for in life. Okay.
Facts.
Sorry, I just like had to get this off my chest, you guys. I've been the guilt.
She hasn't slept in weeks.
I haven't. The guilt has been eating away at me. Should we move on or do you have any other thoughts? Oh, this was back to this story. The girl was upset that her proposal was not as special as she wanted it to be. Yeah, like I think she's in the right to feel that way and it fucking sucks. And if the guy, maybe the partner, her partner is like, I want it to be chill because like these little moments are what make life amazing. And like that's true too, but you're still allowed to like disagree about certain things with your partner and you're still allowed to have a great healthy relationship and you're still allowed to want to marry them and prioritize your marriage even if your proposal wasn't the absolute dream proposal that you concocted in your head since you were a little kid. And I think you should be able to talk to your partner about it. That's it.
Yes, facts.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll report back when I get engaged.
Yeah.
Side note, you know what I love? When people have like the exact same idea of what they want. Like you ever see those videos of like, it's usually because they're going to propose to each other, a same-sex couple like at Disney World and someone proposes and then they stand up and the other person before they say yes, they're like, hold on, I got to propose to you. And then it's like, well, damn, you both knew you wanted the exact same proposal in that moment.
That is so freaking cute. I've seen so many videos like that where they're like on like a catamaran boat or something. Yeah. And they're like, wait.
It's just so funny because it's like, you know, well, I guess you know they're perfect for each other because great minds think alike, but it's just like, you know that that's exactly what they both wanted. And you know that because they both planned it.
I know.
You know what I mean? Whereas it's like, we can sit here and like so-and-so can propose to me and I can say, yes, that's exactly what I wanted, but I didn't also plan it for them.
I know.
So it's like, those people, they know their partner.
Those videos are so cute. I'm like,
sometimes I feel awkward when I watch them because the person like doesn't say yes and kind of like steps away and I'm like, wait, what's happening? Like, are they saying no? But then you like see them pull out the ring and you're like, okay, that wave of relief hits you.
Those are so cute.
Have you ever seen a proposal in real life?
Yeah, we saw one in Disney World when we were like 5.
We did?
Yeah. It was in, I don't know where it was, but I can picture, I think it was probably Epcot just because of what the surroundings looked like. Yeah. But I remember a guy proposed to his partner and my mom was like, let's see the ring. And she came over and showed us.
Oh my God,
everyone
I don't
was
remember
clapping and cheering and she was like going around and showing the ring. Everyone's like, let me see. Yeah, it was actually so cute.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we saw one in Aruba.
Yes, Erin filmed it. The guy was filming on his phone.
No, she was.
Okay, she was.
So this is so funny because it was New Year's. It was on New Year's Eve and it was very late and we had a long travel day and yes, I had some drinks and I didn't remember this until like a couple days later because I had like passed out and gone to bed like very shortly after. I have to give the background information before I remembered the party because it's so funny. We were at an all-inclusive resort. Every day, the whole week we were there, this couple walked by and said hi to me. And I was like, hi, I don't know why this one couple keeps saying hi to me. And then on like the third or fourth day, one of our cousins was like, well, that's the couple that you filmed their engagement. And I was like, oh my God. I just had forgotten about it.
Yeah.
So what happened was it was like a long travel day. We were tired, whatever. But it was New Year's Eve and everyone was dancing. And it was before the New Year's actually happened, I think. And we all were just like at this little dance floor at one of the bars at the all-inclusive. And the guy gets down to propose. And she kind of like tells him, they didn't speak English, so I don't know exactly what she said. But she kind of like told him like, oh, stay there. And she pulls her phone out of her pocket to take like a picture or a video of him like on one knee. And I was just like, oh, like, no. And I like grabbed the phone from her and like backed up and like cleared the people out of the way so I could like film it. And she was like, oh, like so excited. If you're watching video, she was just like had her hands over her face, like so excited, like looked at me at the camera and then like looked back at him. And I was like, wait, this is so cute. Because like obviously she wanted to capture that moment, but they didn't know anyone else there. And just in the moment, my mind was like, she can't film this herself. Give me that camera. Like we gotta film this.
They were so cute.
They were so cute.
And they were like, every time they saw you, they were like excited to see you. Like it wasn't like, because a lot of times you do just say hi to people as you're like passing on the path or like whatever, if you're the only people there. But they were like excited to see Erin.
That's why
like,
I was so confused because I had just forgotten about it for the first like 2 days. And on like day 3, I was like, that couple's so nice. And someone was like, well, duh, like you're going to be their like officiant at their wedding. But they were so cute. They were so cute. I think that's the only proposal that I could like really remember seeing though. I would like to see more. If anyone wants to start getting engaged in like the Philadelphia area, I would love to come watch.
Yeah, I think those are the only 2 I've seen.
Oh no, that's a lie. I was at another one of my friend's proposals. He like
I'm talking like in the wild.
Oh.
Yeah.
In the wild, yeah, no.
I photographed like surprise engagements before, but like
do you hide in the bushes or what?
Yeah. Actually, I photographed a couple engagements, but one of them was in Cape May at this beautiful hotel, and I never met the couple before, and I don't know if I saw photos of them. Like a lot of times they'll send you pictures and be like, this is what we look like, look for us. And I saw the couple enter and I'm like, I think that's them. Like I don't know, but I didn't have to hide because it was at a hotel. And so there's a lot of people walking around and I was just pretending to be photographing like the hotel. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, I think that's them. Like, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to take pictures of this couple and hope that it's them. And then it was. And they were so sweet and so nice.
What if it wasn't and there was just like another couple that, because a lot of these places, like if at Disney World, if you're going to do a surprise proposal and you're just taking pictures because this other couple is also getting engaged, like you never know.
She told me that she saw me and she thought that I was just taking pictures for the hotel. She's like, yeah, I just saw you and I thought nothing of it. And I was like, yes.
Wow.
And then
I mean, because in reality, you see people taking pictures, you don't think it's for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Any given moment.
Oh my God, this one was the most like, it was so funny. So my friend owns a photography studio that I shoot for. Her friend from college was getting engaged and he's like, I want to propose to her and I don't want her to know, but I really want amazing photos. I want her to like come prepared. I'm pretty sure it was a while ago, but I'm pretty sure that was his plan. Like he wanted her to look put together and stuff. He told her that like his friends or like his sister's friend from school was like trying to be a photographer, wanted to test out couples and like whatever. So do you want to go to this garden on this day at this time and she'll practice taking photos of you? So it was this whole lie. So when they got there, this girl is like the nicest, sweetest, bubbly girl. She's like, oh, so you're friends with sister's name? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh, and you go to this college? And I was like, yeah. And in my mind, I was like, please don't ask me another question. Because I was like, if she asks me like
an open-ended
question, I was like, I'm not going to know what to say. And I was like praying that she would stop asking me. And she did. And I'm like, oh, we can just like start here. And then he proposed to her. It was so freaking cute. Like her reaction was so genuine. It was perfect. Like everything was perfect. Aww. She knew I was there. Like it was literally so perfect. And then we got to walk around for the next like hour and a half, just like hanging out and taking pictures around this whole garden. And it was like the best. It was so perfect. And then I was like, me and the guy were like, we were lying to you. It was so hard. And like, we feel bad and like blah, blah, blah. But it was all good. And she's like, so you don't know like sister's name? And I was like, no. And I was hoping you were going to stop asking me. Like I was freaking out inside. Like, yeah, it was so fun. And then I'm shooting their wedding and I'm so excited. They're so sweet.
What are you going to, like, what lie are you going to have my fiance fiance tell me so that you can be hiding in the bushes taking pictures? Because you're not going to be able to tell me someone is practicing their photography on me. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? I'm not going to go and...
I don't know. There's a lot of good lies that people come up with, though. Like, I can't think of any of the other ones. I really can't.
I know this couple who I knew, you know, from my sorority in college. They were together for like all of high school, years and years. And their engagement, the way they got a photographer was, I think, I'm not super close with this person, so I kind of heard it through the grapevine, but something along the lines of, he said to her, like, we've been together for, you know, a million years and we've never like gotten pictures taken. Like, I feel like we should get like good pictures taken. And she's like, that's a great idea. So like for like a gift, like a birthday or Christmas or something, they were like, oh, let's just hire a photographer and pick somewhere cool to go. And I think they had recently gotten a dog, so they were like, it'll be cute family pics with the dog.
That's perfect.
Or something along those lines. I don't know. But yeah, that was cute.
Yeah. These like lies or stories to tell people, they come to me at like random times. Like if I really had to think about it, like a certain setting and why are you there, I could come up with something.
Yeah.
But I feel like most people aren't expecting, well, maybe not most, I don't know. Are most people expecting to get proposed to when they get I feel like some people are.
I think it's like a 50-50.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back to our dramatic stories.
Our regularly planned programming.
Yeah. Like all of our stories are like, yeah, everything went great and it was great. And then I'm like, nobody cares about that though.
Yeah, no.
Anyway. Am I the asshole for saying that I find public engagement proposals tacky after my boyfriend's sister's fiance proposed to her in public?
But how public is the question?
My boyfriend's sister got engaged a few weeks ago. Her fiance proposed to her by driving up to her apartment at 6:30 a.m. with the words, "Will you marry me?" pasted on his car and serenading her with his guitar plugged into an amplifier so almost the whole complex could hear him sing and pop the question. I wasn't there, but I saw the video on social media and congratulated them. My boyfriend... Do you want me to pause so you can say something?
No, I'm listening.
My boyfriend and I talked via instant messaging that night, and I told him that if he ever proposes to me, please do not do it in public. He asked why, and I said that I personally find public proposals tacky, and I would prefer to have some privacy so there's no social pressure. He agreed and said that he'll keep that in mind. Note that this was a private conversation we had via a messaging app. Now, I'm not sure what happened, but my boyfriend's sister ended up reading our conversation one way or another, and now she's angry because she said I said mean things about her proposal behind her back. I told her that I have nothing against how her fiance proposed to her, and I have never even talked about her proposal. I just told her brother that I don't like public proposals in general, so he'll know better than to go the public route in case he ever would propose to me. Also, it's not like I told a bunch of people that her engagement is tacky. I only told my boyfriend not to propose to me publicly in our private conversation because he was the only person who was going to be involved in our engagement if there was going to be any. Am I the asshole?
That's so sad, though. You're not the asshole.
Yeah.
Yikes. I think there's a difference between a public proposal and a proposal that's like low.
Yeah.
Like there's something for everyone. There is something for everyone. I personally would rather get proposed to in the bathroom before I take my daughter to daycare than for someone to write it on their car and play the guitar for me outside of an apartment building.
I think that though that's a good thing. Like it's so hard when there's so many variations of things and they can all be great. And that's why we have preferences in life. Yeah. And if everyone wanted the same thing, that would be so boring. And I feel like that's where it gets hard when you're talking about like preferences, especially if your close friends or family or whatever have different preferences to you. Because even engagement rings, like I could look at someone's ring and be like, oh my God, that thing is gorgeous. And I could still not want that for myself.
Right.
Because there's so many different rings that are all beautiful. I just would want this one for myself and you want that one for yourself. And that's great. Mm-hmm. And so then if I were to be like, oh, like her ring is gorgeous, but I want this style.
People
then it's
are
like,
oh,
well,
like, you don't
okay,
like the
bitch,
ring.
like you don't think her ring is pretty? And it's like, no, I think it's absolutely stunning, but I still want this one.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's fine. And she probably thinks the same about mine.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like saying it out loud, which you do have to do sometimes, it could be seen as like talking shit. And that's kind of something that Trisha and I think we did a little disclaimer on the last episode where it's like, I'm not trying to talk shit about other people's proposals. I just have like a certain preference.
Okay, let me rephrase. Do I want to get engaged in my bathroom with a quick little, here's your ring? No. Would I rather that over? I would die if someone plugged their guitar into an amp and sang outside of my apartment building. However, I'm not like, oh, public proposal because I wouldn't be mad if I got engaged in front of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Type of thing in Paris. So it's like, I can see where she's coming from, where she, you know, the sister is thinking like, oh my God, like she's shitting on my proposal. Like, I get it. Especially if it happened right after her proposal. Like, it's like, clearly my proposal is what triggered you guys to talk about this.
That's, I think, the thing.
So I understand where she's coming from, but also, like, who are you to be offended that someone else doesn't like how your proposal went down?
Yeah.
Like, I want to be flown around the world and given a car and a puppy, but OP wanted her mans to write it on his car and sing his guitar outside of her apartment building.
Yeah.
That's for you. Mine's for me. Like,
yeah.
It is what it is. Like, don't be mad that someone doesn't like how things are done to your liking.
Yeah, but it is hard because I kind of feel like she could have done like a little bit of a better job explaining it to the sister-in-law, because she
absolutely
what she said to the sister-in-law is, I told her I have nothing against how her fiance proposed to her, and I never even talked about her proposal. I just told my boyfriend that I don't like public proposals. It's like, okay, you could have said that in such a different way.
Yeah.
I have nothing against your proposal.
It's not you, it's me.
That's a little bit weird. I mean, I could see how the girl would be like, what do you mean you have nothing against it? Why would you have anything against something that has absolutely nothing to do with you? That's like me saying to like the people who got engaged in a garden, I have nothing against that proposal. It's like, well, yeah, why would you ever? That proposal was beautiful in every single way. Maybe it's not your preference, but like, what do you mean? Like, me and Rebecca just talked about this. I don't know the order of the episodes yet, but basically, I said this on another episode, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. When you state the obvious without then giving some sort of like positive, you're insulting them. Mm-hmm. So if you're just like, I have nothing against your proposal, I have nothing against your outfit, it's like, okay, like, why would you say that then?
Yeah.
She's like, I just said I don't want that for myself. And it's like, you could have been way more supportive, be like, no, I know that you love music and you love like gestures like that, and I was so happy for you. Like, I was just randomly talking to my boyfriend about it, and I was like, oh, I'd prefer this, but like, no, I know that it seems weird, but like, I'm so sorry if it came off that way. Like, I'm so happy for you, and I know that's what you wanted, and like, I'm so happy to continue supporting you through your like engagement and whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, you could have been like overly like, oh shit, I did not mean to offend you. Like, I'm not talking about you. And then she's like, I never talked about your engagement. It's like, we all know her engagement triggered this conversation.
For sure.
And like, you know that the engaged person, like we know that the engaged person knows that. So I just think if this was my life, I would be a little bit more like, oh my God, wait, I can totally see how that came off, but holy shit, that's not what I meant. And I'm so sorry about it. And I can see how you're upset, but like, I really didn't mean that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
like,
just be transparent.
Not just, I have nothing against your proposal. It's like, I guess we don't know how she said it. Yeah. She could have been saying it this way. But no, I don't think you're an asshole. I do think it's just kind of bad timing, and it just sucks that she saw it.
Yeah.
It really does just suck that she saw it. Because you are allowed to tell your boyfriend anything you want to tell him in the privacy of a conversation, and it just sucks. Like, that literally just sucks.
You guys need better locks on your phones.
I know.
Too many things come to light on these stories on Reddit.
You guys got to be way more covert when you're talking shit.
Yeah, come on. If you're going to talk shit, do it on a podcast, okay?
Yes. So true.
Us telling you to be more covert, talking shit, while we are actively
spreading
your shit.
We're literally dropping names on the I'm gonna bleep out the names, I think.
Yeah, you should.
I will say though, if I've ever said a name on the podcast, I have written consent from the person.
If I've ever said a name on the podcast, there's a 99% chance that it was a fake name.
Oh, true. Yeah, I'm talking like my friend Erin. I have written consent, okay?
Otherwise, if we said your name on the podcast, it's because you're a co-host and you deserve to be talked shit on.
Am I the asshole for wearing my engagement ring when I knew my stepsister was getting engaged? I, 28 female, got engaged at the beginning of December. For Christmas, I was staying with my mom and stepdad, and they were hosting my stepdad's whole family, step-siblings, mother, brothers, cousins, families, for a New Year's party. Prior to this, my stepsister, 29 female, Rachel's now fiance, Matt, informed my parents that he was going to propose and asked if it would be okay to do it at the party, and my parents agreed. That's such a fun place for a proposal.
It's also cute that he asked the parents, like, can I do it at the party? I mean, obviously asked the parents, like, for permission, but it's cute to say, like, do you mind if I do it at your party? To not take away from your party.
Yeah.
All props to this person.
Clap it up. For the party, everyone was dressing up, and obviously to me, I was wearing my engagement ring. Everyone already knew I was engaged, but it was the first time they'd seen the ring in person, so at the start of the party, everyone was interested in seeing it. I did notice Matt was being a bit cold with me, but I thought it was nerves. The proposal happened and it was beautiful. Everyone congratulated Rachel, but it was kind of a 50-50 on people wanting to look at and compliment her ring and mine. A lot of comparisons were made, nothing unkind, and everyone was really happy for Rachel, as was I. The day after, Rachel and Matt blew up about me wearing my ring to the party. Rachel said I was deliberately trying to draw attention to myself on her special night, and that since I knew beforehand she was getting engaged, I shouldn't have worn my ring since I didn't always wear it anyway. I don't really agree with this since I've been engaged for weeks and everyone already knew about it. It's not like I stole her thunder, nor did I intend to by wearing my ring. I wore it because I'm engaged, so it's what you do. Matt then accused me of embarrassing him by wearing my colossally large ring when I knew Rachel's wouldn't be anywhere near as big, and intentionally showing him up in front of the family. Insecurity. He even went on about other jewelry I wore. My stepdad called them both stupid for their outburst.
Yes, Dad.
My stepbrother says there's no way I could have known that's how they'd feel. It's not like they asked me not to wear it. My mom says while she knows I didn't do it deliberately, she can see where Rachel is coming from since everyone preferred my ring to hers. Frick. She also said that given my ring is quite unique, I should have considered it would draw attention. I have so many thoughts. Should I go first or you?
I have so many thoughts too, but like at very first one sentence response, you're not the asshole for wanting to wear your engagement ring to your family Christmas party.
This is screaming insecurity to me.
Yeah.
And it's like, why is it your fault if after you, someone else is going to do a proposal? Like, shouldn't Matt have been like, oh, well, OP just got engaged, so I wonder if everyone is going to be like really excited and almost using this party as a celebration for them. And also, I almost think it kind of falls on the family members.
Yes.
Who the frick is saying, oh, I prefer
the ring.
I prefer OP's ring to Rachel's. Excuse me?
I had the same thought.
That is so horrible. All of their I think it's on the family members, honestly.
They behaved inappropriately.
Yeah, I think that there should have been 0 comparisons made. Let's read the freaking room.
Yeah.
Who the hell compares 2 rings? And also, as soon as Rachel got engaged, they should have been like, oh my God, this is amazing. Now we have 2 things to look forward to.
Right.
Not comparing the 2.
Right.
That's crazy.
This is on the family. And really for them, the insecurity that comes with the, you shouldn't have worn your ring because you knew we were getting engaged. Like, okay, I'm sorry, should I cancel my wedding because you guys are going to get married a year later?
Yeah,
like,
or
no.
around the same time even, because if she got married...
come on.
If she got engaged 3 weeks ago, likely it takes a year and a half to plan a wedding.
People get married and people move on. Like, this is very similar to the situation of like, we didn't tell anyone we were pregnant and then my wife had problems at her friend's baby shower. And it's like, I didn't do this because of you. We're just both pregnant. Like, you didn't get pregnant and have a baby shower for me to go out and be like, I need to get pregnant so that I can tell everyone I'm pregnant at her baby shower.
Yeah.
Like, this is so different. There's a show that we watch on Bravo. I think Rebecca and I both watch it a lot. And this couple was having this big wedding, I think in like Texas or something. And the people live in like, I don't know, like Vegas or LA or something. I don't know. One of the couples like just went and got engaged and then spent the whole weekend at the wedding telling everyone like, oh, we're engaged. Here's the ring. That's different.
Yeah.
To be bringing it up and telling everyone in the situation like, I know we're here for Kelly's wedding, but look, I'm engaged. And then no, everyone already knew she was engaged. They just want to see the ring and say congratulations.
Yeah.
Like, they're not trying to steal your thunder. Like, everyone's here for your engagement, your proposal. Everyone gets to see that and celebrate that. Like, just because you're mad that your ring looks different, doesn't look as nice, or people were congratulating me too, like, I'm sorry, but the world doesn't revolve around you.
Exactly.
And just because you're not happy with how things went down, the world's gonna keep spinning.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I think they're getting mad at the wrong person. Like, the Rachel and Matt, they are definitely blaming OP when they should be blaming, not that they have to place blame over just a shitty thing that happened and a shitty feeling that's gonna go away, but anyway, they should be saying, oh my God, I can't believe our family was literally comparing our rings. Like, there's no reason for that. Like, OP is so happy with her ring and I'm happy with mine. Like, why do we have to be compared? That's so rude. It's not on other engaged people to not wear their engagement ring in order to hopefully avoid hurting your feelings. Like, you should how are you going to control that in other aspects of life too? Like, are you going to go to a restaurant? Like, what if you proposed and then you went out to a restaurant and there was another proposal and then everyone was like, oh my God, they got engaged too, let's see your ring. Oh my God, look, 2 rings, blah blah. How are you gonna control that? Like, you can't.
If you're worried about your proposal and your ring not being as nice, plan a better proposal and get a bigger ring. Like, what do you want? Like, this is what happens. This is life. Not everything is equal.
No, and it's so hard to say that because it's like so harsh when you're like, yeah, some people's rings are going to be bigger than yours. But like it's just true. Like, it does, like, it is sad that some people may never have an engagement ring and some people will have a ring that's worth $3 million and like all the variations in between. And that does suck. Like, if you always dream of having like a bigger ring and you don't get one, like, that fucking sucks. But like, should you be sitting around hating your sister-in-law or your stepsister for just having a different ring than you? Like, I don't know. You probably shouldn't be blaming other people for this feeling that you have. Like, if anything, it's your family's fault. Yeah, like, it's your family's fault.
Well,
like,
no, that for sure, it's the family's fault, the way that the whole thing went down. But they're also just projecting the fact that they didn't have this elaborate proposal and they have a bigger ring too.
It was,
but I'm just saying, to say like, oh, you took this away from us when we were trying to do this at this family party and everyone preferred your ring. Like, it's not my fault that everyone preferred your ring. And quite frankly, no, they shouldn't have behaved like this, but it's not the family's fault that they prefer the other ring. You are insecure over the fact that I have a big ring and you have a small ring. Like, quite literally, that's what this is coming down to, and you're mad at me for it. So like, take a deep breath, take a step back. What's more important? The marriage is more important than the ring, okay? And we're family, and that's more important than us comparing engagement rings. End of discussion.
I feel like you also just have to be like freaking for real. Like, it's okay that she's sad, that she's like, oh damn, like, I would have loved to have a bigger ring, but like, for our financial situation, like, I'm just a little bit jealous of the sisters or the OPs or like whatever. But like, in life, I'll tell you right now, if I got engaged today and like my budget versus like my friend's budget, that person's budget, people are gonna have bigger engagement rings than me. Should I walk around and be like, can you not wear your engagement ring to my proposal because I don't want anyone to give you attention because your ring is prettier than mine?
Right.
That's kind of fucked.
It's just
like,
inappropriate.
That's just fricked. That is like so fricked.
Yeah.
Why? Like, it's not on other people to wear or not wear jewelry to like console your feelings. Like, let's just be for real. Like, some people just have more money to spend on a ring than other people. And like, it sucks if you don't have as much money as you would like to, or if your friend or sister or whatever has more money than you. But that is just like, I feel like we sound so harsh right now, but it is just true. Like, some rings are bigger than others.
You can't be mad at your brother or sister-in-law that people are like, oh, her ring is huge. Like, you can't be mad about it. I'm sorry. It is what it is. And like, you knew that when your time came, this was your budget. This is how you and your wife are going to live your life, on this kind of like tier of rings. And you knew that's how they were going to live, the other couple. So it's like, you're really just projecting. Like, something went wrong. You're a little upset that they had whatever. You kind of need to focus on what's more important here. Yeah. Like, you need to focus on like, they're our family. We're all engaged. We're all in this together. Yeah. And like, move on.
I feel like she has the right to be upset. Like, I totally see where the newly engaged person is coming from. Like, Rachel, she totally has the right to be upset. And like, I totally see where she's coming from, and her feelings are valid, but I don't think how she handled it is valid. Like, her going to OP and being like, you shouldn't have done this, you did it on purpose. It's like, you are looking for someone to blame in a situation that truly no one's to blame, other than, sure, the family members could have been a little more delicate with how they handled that, and they could have been a little more reasonable in how they did that. But still, it's like, why are we now blaming OP just because a few of your aunts were like, oh my God, this ring or this ring? Like, that's your aunt's fault. That's like no one else's fault.
Yeah, facts. I mean, we, like, coming from personal experience, we had multiple people in our family, actually a lot of people, I feel like, in very similar time frames get engaged, and not once was it a comparison. Everyone in our entire extended family and like family friends, everyone was like, we've got 2 weddings, we've got 3 weddings, like, let's go. No one was like Kelly's wedding versus Trisha's wedding versus Erin's wedding. No.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, another wedding. Woo!
Yeah, and I will like give our family so much props for that. And in fact, our aunts and uncles and our mom were literally like, oh, should we do this in addition to this just to like separate and make this person feel more special? And this, like, they did that so well. And it all worked out.
And I'm really proud of them because usually our family's here to shit on people. And I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But like families love drama.
Yeah.
So like it wouldn't have been surprising if there was a little bit of drama mixed in, but there just wasn't. Everyone was just so excited because we love our family so much. And who cares if one person's ring or one person's proposal or one person's wedding is bigger and better than the last. And we're all so happy that everyone found love and is moving on and happy.
It's also funny too because when it comes to engagement rings, you kind of notice someone's engagement ring 2 times. One, when they get engaged, and then one on their wedding day when they add the band. That's when people are like, oh my God, can I see your ring? Can I see your ring? I'm sure I did that with all of my cousins that got engaged. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Is this rude? I can't picture one. No. I'm like, I don't know what their engagement rings look like. I don't know whose is bigger. Whose is like, I have no clue. You think about your own, and that's why it's important to get a ring that you like. But the only person or people that think about your engagement ring every day is you. Yeah. So like this feeling of like, oh my God, my random aunt that I see twice a year at Thanksgiving and Christmas likes my cousin's ring more than she likes mine. And what? What now? Who the fuck cares what your random aunt who can't read the room and literally is insulting people thinks?
Cut her from the guest list. Problem solved.
You know what, Rachel? Anyone who talks shit on your ring isn't getting an invite. Sorry, I forgot to send it in the mail. Sorry. I feel like we were really harsh in that one, but like it's not OP's fault. No, Rachel, her feelings are valid, but they took it out on truly the wrong person.
Yeah, Rachel and Matt need to understand that the marriage is more important than the ring.
Yeah. And also that shitty people in life will say shitty things to you and it will hurt your feelings, but their opinions truly do not matter. I mean, I would be fucking sad too, dude. If my friend had a bigger ring than me and then everyone's like, I like hers better. I'd be like, awesome. I'll just go fuck myself.
Okay, yeah. And like, I like your sister's face better than I like yours, but here we are. Not saying shit, Karen.
I would never fucking say that to someone. Oh, I actually like her ring better. Excuse me? Keep your fucking mouth closed, you bitch.
Close it or I'll close it for you.
Yeah. I'd be like, okay, cool. And you'll never see me again. Bye.
To quote one of the most famous quotes of all time, you can stay and get your ass beat, or you can stay and get your ass beat, or you can stay and get your fucking ass beat.
And that's that on that. Period. I feel like this is a good lesson for all of us though. And it's like, if 2 of your friends or 2 people in your life, if they ever get engaged or whatever, meet the same life stage at the same time, regardless of what it is, do not compare them. Don't even bring up the other person. When they get their ring, be like, oh my God, your ring is so beautiful and I'm so happy for you. Don't even bring up Rachel's ring. Ever.
Like when they have kids, are you going to be like, well, Rachel's son is cuter than your son? Like, if we're not
so freaking for real,
if we're not gonna compare everything, let's compare nothing, okay?
Yes, literally. When they get married, she's walking down the aisle. Rachel's dress is prettier. Shut the frick up.
Rachel's labor and delivery went much more flawless than OP's.
Shut your fucking mouth. If you think her ring is pretty, if you think her ring is ugly, you know what you say to her? Baby, your ring is gorgeous. Congrats. Okay?
And now you know when Kelly says that to you, she thinks your ring is ugly. It's gorgeous.
And you know what? I've never seen an engagement ring that I think is just kidding. Just kidding. No, I think it's absurd that people are out here comparing engagement rings between their niece and nephew. Please. People say respect your elders. There ain't no respect to give. There ain't no respect to give.
Ouch.
Okay. We're gonna move on. Okay. Here's another family dynamic. Would I be the asshole if I proposed to my girlfriend after my brother's destination wedding?
After it?
My brother and future sister-in-law will have a destination wedding in the Philippines, and they wanted us to fly in 2 days prior to their wedding. However, they're not paying for any of our flights, hotel, food, etc. My girlfriend grew up in the Philippines and moved to the USA at 13. She's 27 now, but she hasn't visited her home country at all. She has told me she wanted to visit the country to pay respects to her late grandparents and to see the beaches again. Well, since we're there, we plan to extend our stay for another week or 2 after my brother's wedding. During that time, I plan to pop the question, reception. We've talked about marriage and she gave me the okay to propose. I was dropping off some stuff to my brother and future sister-in-law, and my brother joked about me getting married. I then mentioned to him that I plan to propose in the Philippines. I explained that we're extending our stay in the country and staying at a different island after the reception. My brother was thrilled and promised to not let the beans spill. However, my future sister-in-law overheard the conversation and screamed at me to not do that the trip to the Philippines was all about their wedding and I will be a major asshole if I proposed. My brother chimed and said I won't be an asshole. It's not like I'm proposing at their wedding or reception and might as well make the use of the travel. Future sister-in-law said that it would be taking away from the attention of their wedding. Okay, I have so many thoughts on destination weddings, and everyone knows if you listen to this podcast that I'm all about them. If you're a reasonable person, asking someone to travel to anywhere, let alone another country, is huge. And I feel like a lot of the time in trying to convince people to come to their destination wedding, they say, but it's a vacation for you.
Make it about yourself.
Yeah, you get this out of it. You get this out of it. And now you're like, oh, wait, but you get nothing out of it because it's my wedding.
And I also don't care about the fact that it is like literally your fiance's homeland and she wants to go visit family and see where she grew up and celebrate her culture and her past while she's there and maybe get engaged in somewhere that she loves and is special to her.
Yeah, future sister-in-law is so whack. But it's hard to because I'm like, okay, for a split second, I could see where you're coming from. You're like, wait, but this is my wedding. Like, are people going to think back to this trip and be like, wedding and proposal? But no, they're really not. It's like, how many times... This is another, I'm sorry if this comes off as rude, but like, how many times do you think about people's proposals?
You don't?
I literally never do. Like, people that I adore and I love them, you think about their proposal one time or maybe twice. The day it happens and they send you a photo and if they have an engagement party.
And then maybe a few years later on a podcast episode.
Exactly. People don't think about proposals and especially don't think about them in the way that they think about weddings. I've gone to many destination weddings, and when I think back to them, I'm like, that was so much fun. And I don't think about anything else. Like, I literally only remember the good stuff, and I'm like, let's do it all again. But if someone in the trip were to have gone on vacation for a week after, which many people do anyway, and then they got engaged, I wouldn't be like, their wedding, and that engagement is just as important, and woohoo! It's like, no, the wedding was so amazing. I never think about people's proposals.
Yeah.
The only person thinking about your proposal is you.
Yeah. And like, really, even if people were like, oh, the wedding and the proposal, like, I can understand why you'd maybe be a little bit sad that people are, you know, taking away from your wedding and the thought or whatever. But like, it's your immediate family member. And you just, in this specific situation, you have to look at all of the context.
Yeah.
It would be different if like your buddy who lives down the street that grew up next to you, so you're really close with, is proposing to his girlfriend in Aruba the morning of your wedding because they don't feel like going on another vacation and he really wants to do it at the exact resort that you booked. No.
Right.
This is literally like her culture, her family, like her childhood. Like,
and it's on a different island. It's literally completely different, dude.
I mean...
Yeah.
No.
That's like someone who's not American having a wedding in the US in New York, and then their friends fly to California after and do their own vacation. And then you're like, wait, but you can't get engaged there because it's going to take away from my wedding. Bitch, no, it's not.
Right.
How many of your guests even know this person? How many of your guests know about the vacation that your future brother-in-law and his girlfriend are taking after your vacation?
Yeah.
After your destination wedding.
And
like, nobody thinks about them. No one is thinking about them.
Quite frankly, after your wedding, it's done.
Yeah.
Like, you have your engagement, everyone's hype. You have your wedding, everyone's hype. After the wedding, buddy, like, your time to shine is done.
All you have left is your strimpy little marriage that's apparently more important than your destination wedding.
Right. You're done. Happiness is over. Okay. So let's move on and let the next round of happiness begin. Okay. Let's let the brothers start up the engagement. Like, but like this, it sounds so stupid, but like in reality, hear me out. After the wedding is over, there is no more attention on you.
Yeah.
So why are you mad that after your wedding, someone else is going to get engaged?
Yeah.
What do you want the attention on you for the rest of your life for no freaking reason?
Also, multiple times in destination weddings, I have done something else in addition to the wedding travel. And it's like all of the couples that I've experienced, they want that. Like they want you to come to this country or this city or whatever that they love. And they're like, oh my God, you're staying another week? Amazing. Here's all the things you should do.
Yeah.
And no one's jealous that you're also having this amazing time in addition to the wedding. I just like, I can slightly out of like, if I squint my eyes and close both of them like 3 miles down the road at nighttime, I could see maybe where the bride is coming from.
Yes.
But then as soon as I open my eyes and like see things more clearly, I'm like, nah, come on, girl.
Right.
Like nobody cares that much. No one cares as much as you.
Right.
They're going to go to your wedding and have the time of their lives.
And they're all going to forget about it.
Yeah, and they're all going to fly home. Half of them probably your family, your friends. They don't even know this man.
Well,
they don't even know this couple.
It's his brother.
Right. But if you... Okay, so if I got married, it's my brother-in-law. But like my parents don't know him. Like my cousins don't know him. My whole family probably doesn't know him. And many of my friends probably don't know him.
True.
So maybe your partner's family and friends know them, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everyone at your wedding is going to remember this engagement in the same way that they remember your wedding. I don't know. I think that the girl's being so dramatic.
And guess what? Don't piss them off or they're going to have a bigger, better wedding than you.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. It's just, you're so selfish, okay? The reason you have a destination wedding is because you want the amazing, beautiful place. You want the trip with your family that everyone, it's for all of us. It's not for you. If it was only for you, don't even invite other people. It's for everyone. And that's how you're going to get them to go, because you're going to convince them that it's going to be just as fun for them as it is for you. And if you do it right, it will be. But not if you act like this. Sorry. Oh, there was a little update on that one.
Oh, yes. Let's hear it.
Future sister-in-law apologized for what she said and said that it's okay as long as I promise not to do it during the reception or wedding.
Oh.
Of course, but that's not what he wanted to do anyway.
What does the top comment say?
The top comment was, not the asshole if you wait until a few days after. I feel sorry for your brother, his future wife. Sounds like a piece of work. I think she's just caught up. She apologized and she was like, you know what? I realized.
Yeah, I think the update changes everything.
Yeah. Also, don't worry about my brother too much. They've been together for 10 years and he knows what he tolerates and don't. He said he's happy. I see him happy. My future sister-in-law can be a bit too much because she makes everything dramatic in her head. She's gotten a lot better as the years go by and actually knows how to apologize. You know what?
Good for her.
Queen. Okay? Queen. You made a mistake and you apologized. You took accountability and you made it right.
Facts.
And let me get that invite to the Desi wedding. Should we do one more?
Yes, one more.
Am I the asshole for not including my best friend in my proposal and engagement? My 26 female boyfriend, 26 male of 4 years, is planning on proposing soon. We speak very openly with each other about getting engaged. We went to the jeweler together. He's asked me about my dream proposal. Our families and friends know it's going to happen soon. Today, while hanging out with my best friend, 26 female of over a decade, I told her I had a feeling my boyfriend was going to propose very soon. She said while she was very happy and excited for me, she felt excluded from my relationship and engagement. When she was getting married, her now husband showed me the ring he bought and invited me and her family and friends to the proposal. She was upset that we weren't including her in the same way. I apologized for making her feel excluded and told her it was not my or our intention to make her feel that way. I asked what I could do to make her feel better, and she stated she wanted to be more involved in ring selection and details of the actual proposal. I reminded her that I had sent a picture of the ring I picked out, and my boyfriend knows he can text her at any time about the proposal. She said she still felt weird about the situation. My boyfriend knows of the situation, and it's his decision on if and how much he wants to include her going forward. Am I the asshole for excluding her?
What? I feel like I truly am like, what did I just listen to?
Okay, I feel like I can see where the friend is coming from, because it's like, oh, you want to be involved, but it's like, I'm being excluded from your relationship. Yeah.
It's not about you.
Yeah, you are. That's how every relationship works. It's between 2 or 3 or whatever amount of people.
Like, do you want to go to bed in between them at night? Like, where do you get off? Like, you're so worried about, sure. Like, I can understand you want to be involved in the engagement proposal so that you can make sure everything goes perfect because you love your bestie so much. I get it. But to be like, you're excluding me and I should be involved in your proposal because this is about us. not you. Like, what?
It's also, she's like, I want to be involved in ring selection. She's like, girlie, I picked the ring. What do you mean you?
Be involved? What, are you going to come out and you're going to pick the ring that I put? The marriage is more important than the ring, bestie.
Why is this best friend so superficial? Doesn't she know that the marriage is more important than the ring?
I'm just baffled that she wants to be involved in the ring selection. Like, if I'm not going to pick out my own ring and someone else is going to pick out a ring that I don't like, it's going to be my hubby. It's not going to be my best friend.
Hubby. Oh my God. Unpopular opinion. I literally cringe when people say that
Yeah,
word.
I actually don't like it either.
I've never heard you say that.
Yeah, because I don't think I've ever said it. It just like came out in the moment because I'm thinking about like, ew, ew, ew. All right, let's cut it out.
I don't think I can anymore. I'm not cutting it out, but it like makes
I don't like it either.
It makes me gag when someone says it's not as bad if someone says like her hubby doesn't like that. I still don't like it, but I wouldn't vomit. But if someone was like talking about their own personal life and they're like
their own personal
they're
hubby.
Like me and hubby went shopping.
Okay, to be fair, that
hubby
word,
bought me a new ring.
No, that word has never come out of my mouth before.
It was shocking.
It just like kind of spilled out. It was like word vomit.
It's gonna be my hubby. You're what? You're what?
And now I'm never gonna have one. Whoever is going to propose to me is going to hear this episode and they're going to be like, ew, she called me a hubby?
Wait, so this is a good example of things that it's like, you can do whatever you want in your own life. Don't do it. Like, I'm not going to do it.
Don't do it to me.
And it's like, if people want to say that word in the privacy of their own home with their own hubby, do it. Go off. I don't care. I don't care. But if you say it near me, I cannot control my reaction. I'm sorry.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about pet names now, and I'm thinking about the episode where Jimmy was like, yeah, don't call me your cutie honey pokey bear.
That was like the first episode. Anyway, friends out of line. Bestie is out of line. Bestie girl bossed a little too close to the sun and needs to check herself.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Sorry,
I appreciate the concern for my proposal, but keep your nose where it belongs.
I will say, though, if my best friend said that to me, I'd be like, oh, shiz. Like, of course I want you there and you're coming, right? But
no, because I don't want to know ahead of time. If my bestie comes to me and she's like,
true,
your man's just proposing to you on Sunday and I wasn't invited, I'm gonna be like,
you're done.
What the frick?
You're done. You're absolutely done, and you won't be at the wedding.
Yeah, like
ruin my surprise.
And also, you can go back and tell him not to do it on Sunday because now I know about it.
Yeah, you did this to yourself. If someone I love surprises, and if someone ruined a surprise for me, I would never speak to them again.
Oh my God.
And that's a promise.
When Jimmy was telling the story about
Bachelorette
ruining the Bachelorette trip surprise, I was like, dang, Caroline's a better person than I am, because I would have been like, you're done, we're done, goodbye.
I actually think that I wouldn't have been as sad, because in theory, like, the trip location was a surprise, but you're gonna find out at some point. So it's like, it's just as exciting to, in my mind, like that situation, it's just as exciting to have your surprise hit you in the bar in Nashville than it is when it's going to hit you at the airport.
That is
it's
true.
Like, you can still celebrate getting to know the surprise. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. But if someone ruined a surprise for me,
a proposal would be different.
A proposal would be huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I actually don't know that I've ever been surprised by something big. Or, you know, like,
I don't think I've ever had a surprise. Yeah. I don't think I've ever experienced love.
I don't think I've ever experienced a surprise. And what's more important, love or a surprise? Let us know in the comments.
This is getting out of hand. It's off the rails at this point. I think I feel like we should wrap it up.
Yeah.
I feel like we said a lot on this episode, and it was all important.
It was absolutely important.
We spiraled a little bit at the end, and maybe in the beginning and middle too, but that's okay. That's what this is for, to get our thoughts out there.
For the world to hear.
Yes. Okay.
So thanks for listening to them.
Yeah, let us know what you think, okay? Please, but be nice. Please be nice to me.
Please.
Be nice to me, please!
What matters in the end is the marriage, not the ring, okay? Like, for real, don't hate on us.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for being here. It's been really fun.
If you want to throw us a surprise, we would be so excited.
A happy one.
Yeah, please. Not like a surprise funeral.
We're just like begging for a surprise. We're coming on here and we're like, yeah, I would just love a boyfriend, or like I would love if you know, a person with like, we're just describing the exact man that we want to hopefully listen, so that they
I would
takes me on a date to this exact place. But like it's never gonna
it would never happen. But like I would love a surprise Travis Kelce sliding into my DMs asking me on a date and surprising me with this type of flower at this restaurant at this time. It would be so sweet.
But I know it's never gonna happen.
No. We don't say it's never gonna happen because we're in our manifesting.
No, I'm
era.
saying like if we were doing that annoying thing, it's almost like when people are like, I wish I could do something like that, but I'm too ugly. And it's like, no, girl, you're pretty. And it's like, oh, really? You think I'm pretty?
You're fishing like, too. Oh, so you agree? You think
fishing.
You're really pretty?
That's what we're doing. We're fishing.
And you know me, all about those fish.
We gotta
wrap this up.
Okay, thanks for listening. Love you.
Appreciate you.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.